Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Reggie Winston, and this is the Better Barber podcast. We believe that together we can make barbers better, and by making barbers better, we make the communities they serve better. And when I say we, I'm talking about you and I, but also my partner.
Amazing Ant coming through. Another morning on the podcast. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Ant, man, we got a really good conversation today, man, that needs to be had. We're not going to go too crazy on calling people out today. We're going to talk about some of our own struggles.
Right.
Yeah. And it's that social media struggle, man, right?
It's a struggle for everybody.
Yeah, it's a struggle, man. And social media becomes a business in itself, it seems like, right? We have to really take full advantage of it. I feel like if you really want to be that top tier barber, that next level barber. I had a conversation with my nephew the other day. He's thinking about going to real estate school. And I asked him, I said, do you want the license or you actually want to be a top real estate agent? I want to be a top real estate agent. I said, well, you got to do everything it's going to take for you to be there. And, for us as barbers, the average barber don't really care about social media. It's going to cut hair and do whatever. But to be that top tier barber, to be somebody that make a really big impact, you got to utilize all those avenues. So, man, we're going to discuss that today, man. I know you got some good stories to tell. You already know a few of mine, and we're going to jump into it. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get a word from our sponsors.
What's up, y'all? This is Amazing Ant. Are you suffering from hair loss? Well, I have a solution. I provide SMP services and hair unit services. Services will start at $100, and I provide a free consultation where we can figure out your needs. Again, my name is Amazing Ant. You can follow me on Instagram, Amazing Ant MLB with no G. You can also contact me on thebarbershopnc.com.
All right, welcome back, y'all. Thank you for the sponsors who make this show possible. So, if you want to support the show, please go to our mediums and follow us, support us, share us. We give out great information for people to not only consider, but share. So, Champ, let's talk about it, man.
Let's go.
Social media, man. We're from an age, well, you're a little older than me, but we're from an age, man, when, MySpace was all we had.
I didn't even have that.
What about Black Planet?
Well, that came about, though.
You remember AOL chat?
I remember that.
Come on now. The chat rooms would be booming. Yes, sir.
You got a message.
Come on now. when somebody picked up the phone, your internet went out.
Right.
People don't remember that, man. We too old, man.
Nah,
We sharing our age, man. But, Ant, man, you're one of the busiest barbers here at the barbershop. And not only do you have the years of experience and stuff, like when you came back, you started from ground zero. Mm-hmm. One thing you have done consistently, though, is use social media. Mm-hmm. Can you kind of elaborate on the importance and what a strong presence on social media can do for you as a barber?
The key word is what you just said, presence. I mean, to be well known, like you said, back in the day, it was only business cards, word of mouth, and passing them out like that. But right now, you have a platform that even if it's a new business or start up a business, like right now, you can go on social media and touch places you probably would never see or remotely see anywhere close. And, that's the great thing about having the upside of social media is being able to impact so many people in just one click of a button.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that fact, and that utilizing that will help you, build your business real quick.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, getting in front of people that you might not have ever touched just by posting on social media. Mm-hmm. You came up, man, when you started this industry, it was just really, like you said, word of mouth and business cards. Mm-hmm. Would you say social media is like the equalizer, you think, when it comes to distinguishing yourself or just getting yourself out there as a professional?
Yes, because, as you grow as a barber, you constantly have to elevate. The traditional way was, passing out the cards. But, having social media and being able to utilize that, it has changed the game, to be able to, like I said, once again, be able to touch so many people in one click of a button. So, yeah.
Would you say, matter of fact, give us some of your unique ways that you leverage social media, like some of your strategies?
I guess one part of my free game would say like, to optimize on social media would be how many times you post and when you post. You want to. I mean, it's one thing you can just go up there, you can just post, but to build your presence, you want to utilize and optimize. To optimize, you want to do post and be intentional when you post. Meaning, okay, if you know that your audience say is up at 6:30, 7:30, 8 o'clock, you want to post at that time because that's when you get a full engagement. You know what I'm saying, out of your post, and that's how you build an audience because the algorithm changed so much. And with that, you constantly want to be in tune with the algorithm. Like I said, constantly posting and just engaging with people, even if it's just one comment, you want to make sure you engage. That's how the algorithm stays and you constantly stay in the presence.
Would you say a new barber, or just somebody just getting into the industry who don't know the right time to post, would you agree that the best thing to do is just start posting, period, and then collect your data and then make decisions? Or just try to ask other people, hey, when do you post? What would you say is the best strategy for a new barber?
I mean, for a new barber, I would get in the habit of just posting because you're starting a habit. And the more you do something, the more inclined to keep going. It's not just in the moment. Also, yes, I would say, the more knowledge you gain by asking others, then you'll be able to inquire those things to help you advance. But as you're constantly posting and posting, you want to go back on your side and look at your history and your I forgot what the word called right now. Insight to see when people are looking and clicking and things like that. So that way, okay, if I'm getting more engagement at 9 o'clock, then that's when I need to post. But
you got to start first, though.
Yeah, just get your foot out there and just start. You know what I'm saying?
I call it. So we all know about fishing, right? I used to. My idea when I was fishing, I didn't really know much. It was just throw a few worms out in the water and see where they biting at.
Right.
Crazy strategy, but it worked a few times, right? And I think people should do that as they jump into social media for promoting themselves.
Right.
Just throw out as much as you can to see what sticks, right? Stay true to yourself. Stay consistent with your brand identity, but put out the videos and the photos. I got a question for you, man. You can just see if you can relate. You ever spent that time, man? I'm talking about extra time making sure that video was perfect. I'm talking about the cuts, the music, everything matched up, and oh man, and nothing like it got like 10 views or.
Yeah, it sucks.
Or you can repost that one funny clip from somebody else's page, that thing just blow up on your page.
Yeah. It could be a deal breaker, and it also is there to test you too. That's how I look at I didn't get the response I wanted. So what can I do? Do I stop, or what can I do?
They can mess with you mentally.
It will. It definitely will be a deal breaker because you're like, man, I did everything right. I did all the went through the checklist. I did this, and I only got 10 likes. But I put up this random post, and I got 300 likes.
For sure.
So it will test you.
For sure, man. I just tell people, man, if you're ever dealing with that, just keep going. Don't let it bother you. You see all these successful people like Country Wayne and Desi and all these different people who come up with skits all day long, and it just be that one that hit sometimes. So just keep on going. Just keep pushing. And then people come back and look at all your old stuff and might fall in love.
I think another thing, too, that a lot of people take for granted is, you make that great post, but then you ain't put no hashtags. And, hashtags is another thing to generate your audience to make sure that you get full engagement, So hashtags do make a difference.
Absolutely. Another thing, it takes a little more time, but it gives a really good impact, is engaging with other people in their posts.
Right.
Not just spam messages, but like, oh man, your haircut fire, bro. Like, do your thing, whatever. Or engaging with your potential customer. Man, that's a nice golf. That's a really nice swing you got, right? Golf swing. Or, hey man, where you hoop at, or whatever. Just those things, or asking them about their workout play. Just asking them a question.
Right.
Typically, a person would see you comment under their page if they don't really know you, they're gonna click on your picture and your profile, and they're gonna scroll through your stuff. Easy peasy.
And then sometimes you responding to somebody else would get someone else respond to your message,
Yes, sir.
and then it's dialogue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely consistently post on your own page, but engage with other people. We're gonna talk about the negative, and we're gonna get past the negative. Let's go ahead and knock it out. Have you had some negativity hit you on social media?
I wouldn't say I personally. I don't think I have experienced it too much,
Yeah.
but I've seen it or
Yeah.
witnessed it. How the negativity can and the bullying can derive from certain things. Yeah.
And we can sometimes read something with a bad tone, right? And just take it to the next level. I think I told you about it the other day. Definitely told a few other people. I utilize Reddit, right? Reddit is amazing. Like you can really connect with people all over the world by being in these subreddits, which is forums basically. And I be posting stuff just to get people engaged, right? My skin is a little tougher now. But I've had people, man, who respond negatively, like with curse words and, just prime example, I put up a post asking people what beard oils and products they use.
Right.
But it was a video of me doing a treatment on somebody's beard.
Right.
And then one guy responded totally off the wall, like, man, I don't tip no barbers, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, what does tipping got to do with my post? So I engaged with him on Reddit, right? But I came in from a higher moral place, right? So I didn't cuss back at him. Just asked him a few questions to keep him engaged. One thing about Reddit, the more comments, the higher that post rank, right? More likes, us up votes and down votes, it matters. I had another guy on the same post talk about prices of haircuts and blah, blah, blah. And this Reddit, subreddit is supposed to be for barbers. Clearly, this guy wasn't a barber. And he's just up there just spewing hate. I killed him with kindness. I responded and said, man, I'm sorry. I don't know who hurt you. You did not deserve that. I'm praying for your healing. But, oh, my gosh, bro. Man, we responded to each other. We went back and forth about 2 days till he finally stopped because I just kept hitting consistently with love and kindness and prayer and healing. Oh, man. I said when people see this online, they're going to see that I was consistently just this good dude, right? They're going to see the hurt and the anger he had and realize my post didn't even require that or ask for that type of attention. But that's me, man. I just deal with this negative stuff, man, that I get.
It's a lot of
killing with kindness.
It's a lot of hurt people out there.
It is, dog.
And unfortunately, social media has become their therapy. That's where they outlet. That's where they release their anger, their feelings. And I don't know, man. I don't know how to help them.
Kill them with kindness.
That's
dog.
it.
That's what you got to do, man. But the good thing is, it's gonna be other people out there who see the world like you. And so, like a place like Reddit, like I said, I exchanged with a guy in Canada just because he saw things differently, but we didn't say each other were wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? His experience and his perspective was totally different from what I deal with here in Raleigh. And I was like, man, this is amazing how amazing this world can be when everyone shares their opinions and perspective and experiences, know that we're not wrong, we're just different. Right. I think it makes the world a better place. Have you ever had any like negative things when it comes to social media with a spouse or a girlfriend? Because I've dealt with that. I don't deal with it now, thank God. That's why she got the ring on her. But I've dealt with that in the past.
Yes, especially with relationships. Even now, like, it's not a horrible thing or a negative thing. Like for me, I don't have a personal outlet. Meaning I don't have a personal page. The 3 pages that I have are all business. So sometimes, the wife and the kids be like, hey, you ain't post that. I be like, but I don't have a page for that. I'm private. I don't post my personal life just because of the backlash or the negativity, So sometimes I don't want to deal with it. Sometimes I could be very introvert. I don't want to deal with it. I don't like talking about it, So I don't have a personal outlet. So sometimes it could be that negative aspect where, my family will be like, oh, you do you care about us? You don't post us. I'm like, it's definitely not that. It's just I'm more about business, and my personal life is separated. So that's the only backlash I have.
That's hard to explain to some people who deal with that internally, right?
Right.
I'm with you on it, right? And I was asked this question recently, like, why you won't post your wife much on your social media? I'm like, cause my social media is strictly business. I do share a little bit of my personal life, but if you in my life as a friend, a customer, or a colleague, whatever, you want to see my wife.
Right.
Like, I'm not just out here posting pretty pictures of my wife because I think this is the best thing in my life and this is it. I'm out here just trying to promote my business, my haircuts, inspire other people, and let's go. I'm a poster, but she's the great part of my life that nobody else gets to experience other than me, right?
It's something I heard the other day on a podcast, and it really touched me, and it's probably something that me and you can relate. And it was, the lady said it was purpose over appearance. Meaning, I'm walking in my purpose. I don't care about posting a picture to get likes when my home is broken down.
Come on now.
So I'd rather be walking in my purpose and not be trying to get,
I love
attention.
Purpose over appearance.
Right.
You know how many people fail at that, dog?
Right.
And it's crazy, dog. You say that, I'm just thinking about how challenging my life is as an entrepreneur or whatever. But I'm so excited about it every day because I know I'm walking in my purpose. I'm not out here concerned about how I appear to people. Walking in my purpose. I love it, dog. That's a good one. Purpose over appearance. What other things could you give to people when it comes to navigating this social media thing, man? Should they utilize more platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, which ones is a barber? Should a barber, you think,
I feel like you
really be in?
I really feel like you shouldn't limit yourself because when you limit yourself, you put yourself in a box. Tap into it. Maybe if you may not fully engage on all of them, but I will use all of them because you don't know where your audience is until you gain that audience, your true audience. I would use all of them until you see which one gets more attention than the other, and then when you see, okay, Facebook is getting more, let me smash the gas on Facebook. Versus then just putting yourself in a box. Because if I just do Instagram, I never explore any of those other options, then I'm not growing. So you want to tap into all of them.
I talked to one of my friends. Well, let me go back. Everybody, we want everybody to be our friend. I'm gonna call him a boss because he's one of my customers. He paid me to do a service. He's an executive over at LinkedIn, and I was telling him, like, man, I feel like I don't want to flood LinkedIn with haircuts, right? I want to make sure my engagement is purposeful and so on. He was like, bro, put that stuff up there. Right. The more you post, the better it is for the algorithm. They seeing you up here and you actually drawing some people. When you stop posting, you're going to fall back down. Right. So when you do have that really good post, it ain't going to get seen like it would have you consistently just keep posting. Right. Even if it's just a picture of you with a quote, post that thing. Right. And I was like, dang, I ain't think about it like that. He was like, yeah, I know people say LinkedIn is real business, but he was like, you got to understand how many dudes be trying to holler at girls on LinkedIn.
But I mean, at the end of the day,
like, just engage.
You have to treat, I guess, LinkedIn, like you said, your first mindset is, okay, as a business professional, I'm not corporate or I'm not this, and that's what we initially think that LinkedIn is for, but barbering is a business. Yes. You're getting paid for it. It's a service that's getting paid, so why not utilize it? So, I mean,
I think we can do it. Just change the wording, right? Because it's TikTok and Instagram, you're a little more bold. You're using Drake quotes and stuff. LinkedIn, hey,
just make it more professional.
Make it more professional. One I used was I posted it midday. Did a haircut totally off time. It wasn't midday when I did the haircut, but I edited everything. Now I put in my caption. I love when those telecommuters come to the barbershop while they're working during the workday to get a haircut. I felt like that aligned with business and people that might be working from home and stuff like that to come to the barbershop during the day. We got free Wi-Fi. We got a place you can set your laptop at, and you can still get a haircut on the clock. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that was a good little way to use LinkedIn. What about YouTube, man? What's your feelings about barbers on YouTube?
I think YouTube is one of the big monetizations to actually get a reward from your efforts. You know, so
Hmm.
I highly recommend YouTube. I mean, like again, with all of them, you got to put the work in.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I will say, I think YouTube is amazing, but I have seen some barbers who just got out of school create these YouTube pages where they're teaching people how to cut hair, and I'm like, bro, you can't, you ain't even there yet. And I see barbers, go to barber school and they're watching YouTubers, they're watching these different people perform these techniques
Hmm.
and try to copy and mimic when they're not the most efficient way to do things sometimes, right? So if you're a barber, you're in school, you're aspiring to be a barber, get with an OG barber before you just follow somebody that got an Instagram page or a YouTube page. Learn under OG first, because he's going to show you how to get through all the BS. Some of the stuff we do is for gimmicks and for likes and for videos, like just so we can make money. We're monetizing this thing, so we got to entertain you. But really get with a OG barber who can show you hair cutting skills.
Right.
Then you get with a younger person that can show you how to market it and do your thing. But do you ever feel pressure, man, to conform and change yourself, your brand identity, who Amazing Ant is when you look at other people on social media? Because I do. I ain't gonna lie, boy. I ain't gonna lie. I see some fly kicks. I want them Jordans, but I know my goal and my purpose is totally different, right at this point in my life. What about you, dog?
It's easy, and it's real easy to get caught up in a trend or want to copy somebody that you see on social media. I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do, but you just want to solidify who you are on your presence because people are watching. If
Absolutely.
you've been one way, you don't want to switch up and go another way because then because people will watch you for like a year or two
Mm-hmm.
before they even interact with you.
Mm-hmm.
So once you make that sudden change, they like, oh.
Yes, sir.
So just be careful that that people are watching you
Yeah.
when you start, mimicking somebody else. So I'm not saying that you couldn't do it. Now I will say, if we go watch somebody like Pacino, just to throw some names out here, or people like that, and say you want to go from this level to that level. Say you want to go from cutting in the barbershop to having your own product
Mm-hmm.
in Target or something like that.
Mhm.
Now that's different.
Yeah, for sure.
But
for sure.
just to mimic somebody else because they got a few more likes than you, just be careful
Yeah,
because people are watching.
for sure. I can't be this good man of God, husband, you know what I'm saying? Then one day drop my OnlyFans, huh?
Nah,
All right, cool.
nah.
All right. I should have did it before I got married. No, I'm just joking.
Hey,
Y'all,
you
that's
can
a
go.
joke.
You can open the OnlyFans. Go over there, open the OnlyFans, and put some haircuts up there now.
Bare chested brush cuts. That's why my OnlyFans gonna be no shirt on, giving out brush cuts.
Ooh, hey.
I'm messing. What about the pressure to do some of these haircuts we see people bring into the barbershop? Cause I be having to tell the young boys, man. Oh my God, y'all get on my nerves. They want the chalk line still on their forehead. They want it bald, then no blend to I'm like, bro, that's not a good haircut. That is not a real barber is not gonna let you walk out the chair with no blend and paint on your head.
That's
It
what
sucks, man.
I will say. That's one thing that I will say that I've experienced on more than one occasion is that no fade. I mean, like say Wesley Snipes from Blade,
Mhm.
like because the first thing they ask who did the haircut,
Come on now.
and
Don't tell them I did it.
your reputation is everything. So that one haircut can just like change everything.
And they're not gonna say I asked them to do it just like this. It's
Right.
exactly what I wanted. They go, oh my man, Amazing Ant over there, such and such, man, he did it.
So yeah, that it's a deal breaker.
Yeah. What about like some of these haircuts, man, are a little bit more advanced, dog. We run into the issue sometimes. We get those young boys, in middle school or high school or right out of high school, and they want one of these haircuts that's gonna take an hour.
Mhm.
We know it's gonna take an hour, but they booked the $25 service. They got enhancements all over it. They got designs through it. It's layered. It's textured. It's everything. I hate to have to break their heart a lot of the times, but I have to. Like, yo, what you booked for, that's not gonna be the same thing, dog. We ain't gonna achieve that in 2025.
Change the expectation in the beginning.
Yeah, for sure, man. Whew. What haircut are you looking to trend next, man? I think we just came through the mullet phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you think is next?
Everything come back full circle, man. So
can we bring back no taper brush cuts? That'd be a dream come true for me. You know how many of them I can do in a day? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh! Bring back the no taper brush cuts. Get the haircuts we were getting when we were kids.
Even Steven.
No razor. No shampoo. One against the grain. Bring them back, B.
About 100 of them a day.
What? Man, I don't care what the barbers are charging back then. If they were on their A game, they were making a lot of money back then, dog. You imagine doing 8 haircuts in 1 hour and you done charge everybody $15?
Military time, man. That's how they get it.
God, bruh. But now everybody want a taper. They want the razor. They want the part. They want this and the enhancement. And
then don't want to pay for
it. $20. Bring back the brush cut. That's what you heard it here. Let's bring it back, barbers. Let's just make everybody get brush cuts here into December.
Right.
Let's get this money. But yeah, champ, man, it's social media is. If I didn't have a business, I wouldn't have it. I'll be straight with you. If I was just working a regular job, I know I wouldn't have social media. It's not real, you know. And I talk to people all the time with the pressures of trying to keep up with people. Seeing stuff on social media, I'm like, you know how much stuff is fabricated. Talking to my wife, and I hope she don't kill me for this, but she was following a young lady who every time she sold her course, she'll write somebody's name on a sticky note and put it on the wall, and the camera will zoom out to be like 200 names on the wall. I was like, baby, we can go do that same video right now. Like, let's go do it. Until she showed me her bank account and the sales, I can't. Even that can be fabricated, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like, do not fall for it. Do not look at yourself as less or not as good as them because they're doing these things. Mm-hmm. If they're really successful, just mimic what they're doing.
Right.
Put your little 2% on it and do your thing. Whew, man, the social media thing, man. I've been hitting it hard lately. I've been trying to do one video a day at least, but that's not the goal. The goal is to do more, monetize it, you know, make some money from it, and grow the influence. I can see it as a way to earn more customers or gain more customers. But I think you should have something that's to sell, you know, other than haircuts. So we're working, man.
I see you.
Yes, sir. You doing the thing too, my guy.
Try, man.
Yes, sir. Man. Any other thing, man, you want to share about social media before we get out of here today?
You know, all I would say is just be intentional, man, and be you. That's it.
Absolutely. You ain't got to be perfect, do you?
Just start where you are right now.
Yes, sir.
You ain't got to be perfect.
And you got to have the best camera.
Nope.
You need good audio, though. You need good audio.
Right.
But start with your cell phone and get busy. Again, my name is Reggie Winston, and this is the Better Barber Podcast. If this is the type of podcast that you like and you enjoy, please follow us on all the mediums, Spotify, Apple, everywhere that a podcast is available, we are there. Please share this with your friend, your barber, your co-worker. We really, truly appreciate it. We cannot do this without you. And another shout out to our sponsors for making this possible as well. Together, we believe that we can make barbers better. And if we make barbers better, yes, they make the communities they serve better. Again, my name is Reggie Winston. You can find me on Instagram at Reggie_Winston. Amazing Ant.
It's your boy Amazing Ant. You can find me on Instagram and other platforms. Amazing Ant, no G, MLB.
Yes, sir.